Hey guys, before this video starts, I just want to apologize for the fact that the camera cuts off half my face. Seeing me isn't the important part. The important part is that I get to discuss the 2017 movies and the future 2018 movies that we're all so excited for. Thank you for understanding, and now let's get on with the video. Hey guys, I'm Kyle. This is Second Look. So, as you guys are aware, the 2017 year is coming to an end, and the 2018 year is starting up within the next couple days. Today is December 29th, 2017. So I wanted to take this moment to reflect upon the movies that have come out this year. The good, the bad, the ones that we'll never discuss ever again. So, 2017 had its ups and downs when it comes to movies. We had beautiful movies like Kong Skull Island, but then we also had horrible movies like the Emoji Movie. I have yet to see the Emoji Movie. I don't know whether or not I should watch it. Those who have, leave in the comments below whether or not I should. But I want to take this moment to reflect upon movies that have come out in 2017, give my ideas on them, and also discuss some movies that are coming in 2018 that you might see us do future videos on. So I'm going to start off with Kong Skull Island. That movie had a lot of brilliant actors in it, a lot of which they killed off through the first half. I believe they left Tom Hiddleston alive throughout the whole thing, though, which I'm kind of happy they did, but there were a lot of really good actors that they killed off throughout that movie, and I'm kind of disappointed that they did that. But, it was basically more, in-depth on the King Kong story. It's like, well, it was really good, though. I really enjoyed it. I believe, The Legend of Tarzan, I believe it was, but when the new Tarzan movie came out, the live action, I thought it was just going to be a remake. I'm like, I was going to see it. I'm like, really? I've seen the movies. I've heard the story countless times. I have the original books on cassette. Do I really need to go back and rewatch this movie? But then I went and saw it. I'm like, oh, this isn't a remake. It's a further telling of the story. And that's what Kong Skull Island was in the King Kong universe. It was a further telling of the story. It was more in-depth on the King Kong part. My only problem with that movie was I don't remember King Kong being that big. But it was good. I really enjoyed it. It gave us more story on Skull Island. It gave us more story on the beautiful ape that King Kong is. I enjoyed it. Alright, next movie. The Emoji Movie. I'm going to leave this one short because I haven't seen it. I don't want to see it, but if you guys tell me to see it, I will. The Emoji Movie. I want to hate it, but Patrick Stewart was in it. Which, Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman both went from making beautiful movies. Like, they went from, like, action movies to, like, to family movies. Like that. Like, they both went from Logan to family movies. Like, Hugh Jackman was Wolverine for years. He was in Real Steel. They were in, like, action movies. Patrick Stewart, he was in one of the Star Treks, he was Professor X for many years, and now he's a smiling pile of poo. Why Patrick Stewart? Why must you do this to us? And Hugh Jackman, he's coming out with a movie next year. I'll get into more of that when I get into the 2018 section of this video. But I'm kind of disappointed in Patrick Stewart, Sir Patrick Stewart, though, because, like, he went from making he went from action movies to the Emoji Movie. He went from beautiful, high-rated, amazing movies to the Emoji Movie. The only reason I might actually see this Emoji Movie, besides you guys recommending it, is because Patrick Stewart's in it. But, yeah. Stephen King's It. I love horror movies, as you guys know. I'm a big fan of horror movies. I will sit down and watch any horror movie, no matter how scary, no matter how stupid, I will sit down and watch it. I've yet to see It as well. I'm a little disappointed in myself. Like, this is what I do. I sit here and I talk to you guys about movies, and there are so many that came out in 2017 that I've yet to see. I'm really disappointed in that, but I've heard good things about it. There's been a lot of parodies of it, just like it, but with Jar Jar Binks. But every time they show it, it's Jar Jar Binks. Yeah. I'll get around to it in 2018 after Children of the Corn Part 2. We had more low movies like Captain Underpants and the Lego Movie. Again, 2 movies I haven't seen, such as Diary of a Wimpy Kid as well. I don't know if that's out yet or if that's already come out. I apologize, but again, that's another one of those lower movies that I really don't want to watch. But if you guys want me to, I'll watch them just so I can review them. I might have a biased opinion, but I'll watch them for you guys. We had Logan. I actually went back and watched... We have Logan. I actually went back and bought this movie Christmas Eve as a basic Christmas present for myself. It was a good movie. They tied everything together. The way they pulled it all together was beautiful. I only have one problem with this movie. It is the first Marvel movie about a Mexican superhero, and the goal is to get over the border. I'm not joking. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. That is the goal. It's the first movie about a Mexican superhero, and the goal is to get over the border. Come on, Marvel. Really? That's the best you got? Oh, we have this little Mexican girl. She's got Wolverine's powers. Get her over the border to save her. Guys, come on. Like, other than that, it was a really good movie. I love it. They had a bunch of good scenes in that. It was sad. It was happy. It had a lot of it. Like, it cut deep in a lot of moments. But the fact that the whole end goal of the movie was to get over the border? Really? That just... no. Then we had movies like Kingsman: Golden Circle. Another really good movie. It had so much potential, and if you haven't seen it yet, spoilers, fast forward to the next 10-20 seconds. But, Kingsman: Golden Circle had so much potential, and they could have gone so much further with it if they hadn't killed off 98% of the characters in the first 10 minutes of the movie. And then they continued to kill off characters throughout. Like, they had so much potential to continue the franchise for a good, like, 6 more movies if they had left everybody alive. But due to the fact that they killed everyone off in the first, like, 10 minutes, they're gonna have a hard time. They're not really gonna have a hard time. They did it because they have the American section now. So I guess they can sort of do stuff with that, but, like, I just don't like the fact they did that. I wish they had left Kingsman alive, and not just, here's 3 Kingsman agents and America! Like, no, I just didn't like it. It was a good movie, don't get me wrong, I really like that movie. Elton John in that movie was absolutely beautiful. Like, I laughed, I honestly laughed and I loved it. Elton John was beautiful in that movie. If you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend watching it. We had Transformers: The Last Knight, which that's one that I really don't remember much of. I saw it once. I'll have to go and see it again if you want me. Like, if I'm mentioning any of these movies that you want me to do a review of, or you want Alex to do, or you want us to do a collab review, let us know in the comments. We will do this. We will collab. But Last Night, it was sort of a play on King Arthur and the Round Table, but with robots, alien robots trying to take over the Earth. So it's kind of weird. I wasn't really expecting that. I wasn't super into it. Like, I could never get myself into the whole King Arthur and the Round Table stuff. I have a lot of friends who are really into it. I could never get into it. I've tried, but I couldn't. And so that movie was really hard for me to get into. I'll be honest with you, when watching it, it wasn't a movie that had my full attention. Like, what's gonna happen next? It wasn't suspenseful. It didn't have my full attention. I wasn't pulled into the movie. I was highly distracted throughout that entire movie while watching it. I don't remember any of it. Besides the fact that it had something to do with King Arthur and the Round Table, and the majority of the other Transformers I remember a lot of. So, that's one of those 50-50 movies. Like, if you're really into medieval stuff, mixed with sci-fi, yeah, you'll love it. I just wasn't too into it. It could have been better, I guess. We had the new Pirates of the Caribbean movie. which, honestly, it wasn't what I was expecting, but it was still really good. Like, the whole movie was focused on, again, if you haven't seen it, spoilers, obviously. Like, this whole channel is basically spoilers if you haven't seen the movie. But, New Pirates of the Caribbean, the whole thing was focused on Will Turner's son trying to save Will Turner from Davy Jones. Because, as you guys remember, Will Turner sacrificed himself, gave himself up to Davy Jones to save his father, Bootstrap Bill. And so his son basically was attempting to do the same thing, and eventually, in the end, ended up saving his father. Yay. We did get a little in-depth of Captain Jack Sparrow's backstory, how he got the compass. I believe halfway through the movie, or near the beginning of the movie, he actually traded away his compass. Which, incredibly stupid. I was pissed when that happened. Like, why would... You don't do that when you're Jack Sparrow. That is your compass. You don't give that away. Didn't he do it for, like, rum or something? I don't remember. But it was another good movie. Not something I would watch again, probably for another few months. I saw it shortly after it came out on DVD, but not something I'd watch again. I'd probably wait till halfway through 2018 to watch it again. We had Cars 3. I'm not going to get into that again, because, again, I haven't seen it yet. So, from the looks of the previews, there was Lightning McQueen basically going through a midlife crisis. I don't know, all the newer cars and stuff coming out, and then Lightning McQueen just like, hey, wait, I've still got all the old stuff, and then he tries to be better than all the new ones, and then the new ones are like, nope, we're better than you. I don't know. Should probably watch it. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 came out. It had its ups and downs. I liked it. Rest in peace, Yondu. I loved Yondu. He was beautiful. The actor who plays Yondu, I've seen him in a lot of different stuff. He was in the first couple seasons of Walking Dead. He was brilliant as Merle Dixon. Just Yondu, the actor himself, the characters he plays, his personality is absolutely beautiful. I find it fun. The thing that threw me off, or the thing that bothered me the most about that movie was the whole, hey, Peter, Peter, you're a god. That's how you held the Infinity Stone. I'm a god. I created everything. I created life itself. And now because you're my child, you're a god too. No, I didn't like that. I just wasn't a big fan of that part, or whole section right there. Another one people were really excited for was Spider-Man Homecoming. I saw this one around the time it came out on DVD, like I do most of them, because I don't always have the time to go to theaters, see them in theaters, so I usually rent it on DVD. With Spider-Man Homecoming, a lot of people were excited about it. I was too. The movie itself was good. I love the fact that it sort of got in depth in Peter Parker's and Tony Stark's relationship there, and Tony Stark basically being a father figure for Peter Parker. I really liked that. What I didn't like was the fact that Peter Parker had a friend who knew he was Spider-Man. It's like, I didn't like the fact that someone knew who Peter Parker, like the little Asian kid. He knew that Peter Parker was Spider-Man the whole time, and because he found out over. I didn't like that part. I mean, I'm fine with Tony Stark knowing because the Avengers, Spider-Man's getting into the Avengers, along with a lot of other characters, which we'll talk about that later. But I just didn't like the fact that Peter Parker was, or that someone knew Peter Parker's identity. Like, that's not the point of Spider-Man. Spider-Man doesn't show his identity. One of my favorite things about these remakes, though, in Spider-Man movies, is watching Aunt May Benjamin Button her way through these reboots. Like, when they first started out with the Spider-Man, when it first came out, I believe, early 2000s, Aunt May was probably 70-year-old woman, about that age. I could be way off. But, that's and then they remade it, and she was probably in her 30s. And then they remade it again, and now she looks like she's in her 20s. Late 20s or early 30s. The second reboot was probably late 30s, early 40s. Then the newest one was like late 20s, early 30s. But she's just getting younger and younger. She's Benjamin Button her way. But so is Peter. Like, Peter Parker's also going down. Like, he went from job, senior in high school, freshman. Why do they have to keep making them get younger and younger? Why can't we just have the... I miss Tobey Maguire. I honestly do. Like, if you've ever paused a Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire in it, it's just absolutely beautiful. One of the things I didn't like about that movie was, in the end, and again, spoilers, I feel like I have to say this. I'm just not going to say it. Assume there's spoilers at this point. The end of the movie, Peter Parker gets the new suit, puts it on, and then Aunt May, behind him, sees him wearing the Spider-Man suit, and it just cuts to black. Didn't like that. Like, again, it's supposed to be secret identity. Not, oh, now that the Avengers is coming out, everyone knows. I mean, I guess she'd have to find out eventually because he's joining the Avengers. Again, we'll get to that. But because he is joining the Avengers, she'd have to find out eventually. But still, I mean, come on. They could have... I didn't like that. Justice League also came out this year. Haven't seen that. There's a lot of hype for it. I don't know how to feel about it. I've seen bits and pieces. I've seen trailers. I don't know how to feel about the Justice League movie. I just really don't. And to end 2017, we have The Last Jedi. Now, Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker, was absolutely brilliant in this movie. There was this, there's this one scene a lot of people liked, a lot of people didn't, where Rey is holding out the lightsaber to Luke, and Luke's just sitting there with this serious look on his face, just staring into space, or just staring at Rey and the lightsaber, serious look. And there have been so many memes made off of it. Like, so many people are like, what's gonna happen? Then when you get to the movie and it actually shows it, he grabs the lightsaber and flings it behind him and walks away. Not what you expect. You expect to be this serious reunited, my lightsaber. But then, no. Flump! And then the little bird creatures, I was honestly expecting one of them to get their head chopped off or be impaled by the lightsaber because they're pecking at it. I was expecting something like that. That movie had its serious bits. There was this one scene in it where Kylo Ren sees basically a hologram of Luke. He used Jedi Force mind tricks to create basically a hologram of himself, and then Kylo Ren's like, all firepower on that, and Luke's just like, whatever, I ain't dead, you gotta try harder than that to kill me. Anyway, there's this one scene in all that where Luke's basically, strike me down with your anger. You hate me that much, strike me down. And I was honestly expecting, because at first I thought that was actually Luke standing there. I was thinking, and half of me was hoping that they would pull the whole Obi-Wan Darth Vader scene where Luke shuts down his lightsaber, puts it away, closes his eyes, and lets Kylo Ren. But no, that's not what happened. I actually really liked how that all turned out with Luke just like, ha, no, you can't kill me. And then at the end of it, Luke just fading away. Yeah. I did like the fact that they brought back Yoda. After they brought back Yoda, I got so excited when I first saw Yoda. I was like, it's Yoda! And I was half hoping that they were going to bring back Obi-Wan and Anakin as well. But the actor who played young Anakin, or young-ish Anakin, is probably a lot older now. And then the actor who played Obi-Wan, probably dead. I don't know. I'm assuming, though. It's just been, what, a good 20 years since the last movie? Or not last movie, you know what I mean. But I really like the way Last Jedi came out. Alex and I, or at least Alex, might do a, what's wrong with The Last Jedi, so I don't want to get too into depth and everything that went on in that movie, just in case he covers something that I've already covered, and then that makes his video completely boy. So look forward to that one coming out then. Time to move on to 2018. So 2018, we have Avengers Infinity War. Everyone's excited for this because this is to tie up all the Avengers. Like, this is the end of the Avengers, because we're going to have Infinity War Part 1 and Infinity War Part 2. And this should be the thing that ties up everything. The Guardians of the Galaxy are going to be in it. All the Avengers. We're going to have Spider-Man, Black Panther. I believe we're going to have Ant-Man as well. Everything is going to tie it up, and I'm really excited for this. If you haven't seen the trailer, I'll leave a link in the description for it. We have the new Jurassic World movie coming out, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I'm really excited for this because ever since I was little, I've always loved the Jurassic Park movies. I have 1 and 2 on VHS, and I have 3 and 4 on DVD. And I absolutely love them. They're some of my favorite movies, and I will gladly see any Jurassic Park movie in theaters multiple times. Which is actually what I did when the first Jurassic World movie came out, was like, I think I saw it in theaters a good 4 or 5 times. It was absolutely, and then I went and bought it. But it was absolutely beautiful. I'm really excited for the next one, just to see what they do, because in the trailer they're talking about how the plot of the movie is to save the dinosaurs from exploding island. So are they now wrapping up the Jurassic World movies? Did they only bring them back for 2 movies and now they're wrapping them up? I want to know what's going on with that. I want to know why the island's exploding. I want to know what's going on. They are bringing back, I forget the name of the actor, and I'm sorry I forgot the name, but, you remember the guy from the first Jurassic Park movie, where it's like, oh yeah, all the dinosaurs are female. They'll reproduce? No, they won't. Yes, they will, because life finds a way. That dude, he's going to be in the new Jurassic World movie. We have, Black Panther movie, which is, for a lot of you who grew up on the, Avengers comic books, the Black Panther comics, or just comic books in general, or the animated series within, you already somewhat know the Black Panther's backstory, but for those who don't, and they only are into the Avengers through the cinematic universe, this gives you a bit of backstory. So I'm not going to get into that again, because that's something I don't know much of. Another one coming out that I'm personally looking forward to is a movie called Ready Player One, which it actually reminds me a lot of Sword Art Online. A lot of people are going to hate me for saying that, because there might be some people out there who absolutely hate anime or hate Sword Art Online, but are looking forward to Ready Player One, like, how dare he connect those art. But basically, it's one of those things where, it's the reason I play video games. Like, you play it to escape. Like, these people have a virtual reality, it transports them in-game, whatever. It's an escape from the stress of the real-life world. It's one of the reasons why I do these videos. It's one of the reasons why I play video games. It's why I'm surround myself with technology. It's an escape from the stress of the real-life world. And so it's like, apparently their virtual area is, I believe they call it like Utopia or something like that, is threatened by the government. And so they gotta fight and save all that. I'm looking forward to it. Don't worry, when it comes out I'll do a review on it. We have The Incredibles 2. Much like Finding Dory, it's been long needed. So, we're hoping to get, and from the looks of it, we're going to be getting to see a lot of Jack's new abilities, because as you guys probably already know, his power is, I believe it's like the Jack of Trades or something like that. It's something, because all their names are puns. So I believe Jack's like the Jack of Trades. Basically, he has every power. He's basically a shapeshifter. So I'm excited for that one. There's going to be another Insidious movie coming out. I don't know much about that series or anything, so I'm not getting into that. Those who do, though, you can look forward to new Insidious. One I'm really looking forward to, Deadpool 2. We get another look at Ryan Reynolds' beautiful performance as Deadpool, and I'm so excited. Deadpool's always been my favorite Marvel character. Like, just his personality. I know they only mentioned it in, like, I think one comic book, but I really want them to show the chair made out of plastic explosives. I'm excited for that. At the end of the first Deadpool, he hit his head, started seeing stuff. I'm hoping that in Deadpool 2, he starts to get some of the voices in his head. I know some of those voices are actual people in consciousness that has been fused with him, and now they're stuck in his head. But I'm hoping that some of the voices in his head appear in the Deadpool 2 movie, because those were, again, beautiful. Those who were a fan of the Ant-Man movie, get ready for Ant-Man and the Wasp, the sequel. So it's, yeah. Well, again, I don't think there's a trailer out for that yet. So we know nothing about that, but that's coming out. I'm excited. I hope you two are as well. And for those of you who our younger audience might not know much about this, same with our male audience, but for those of you who remember Mamma Mia, I don't know whether this is a remake or they're making another one. It's most likely a remake, but they're doing another Mamma Mia movie coming 2018. So for those of you who enjoyed the first one, get ready for Mamma Mia 2. The movie's literally called Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. And that was, as some of you know, one of the songs. There's going to be another Maze Runner. I saw the first one, and I think part of the second one. I don't remember which one I saw, but there's going to be another Maze Runner. I really enjoyed the first one. I really enjoyed the first one. Eventually I am going to want to watch them all in order. I have some friends who will be really excited for the new Maze Runner, so those of you who do like those movies, you can look forward to. Oh, there's a movie coming out called Ocean's 8. Again, I know nothing about it. My only thought, or my thought goes to like the Ocean's 11 stuff like that. It could be something like that. I don't know anything about that. So those of you who do, there you go. New Aquaman movies coming out. Just from what they showed of the guy who's playing Aquaman, what Aquaman's supposed to look like. No. I don't like that. Like, that's not the Aquaman I grew up on. The Aquaman I grew up on was, like, skin-tight orange suit with blonde hair. And, like, I am Aquaman. I speak to the fish. I am SpongeBob. They made the new Aquaman too dark and ghetto. Like, I got no problem with ghetto, but I just don't like it. We have those, for those Spider-Man fans out there, Venom, the movie. So, Venom gets his own movie. It might be a bit of backstory on that, and we basically get more in-depth story on Venom, and that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that. For those of you who are into the Pacific Rim movies, we got another Pacific Rim coming out. We have another Predator movie coming out as well, so I'm going to have to go watch that one. I might do a review on it when it does. Depends on how good or bad it is. Even if it's bad, though. No. Scratch that. No, it all depends on how good or bad. Mary Poppins Returns. I've known about this movie coming out for a while, same with a few of them. But anyway, Mary Poppins, there's going to be another Mary Poppins coming out called Mary Poppins Returns. For those Mary Poppins fans out there, there you go. 50 Shades Freed. I'm not getting into it. Wreck-It Ralph 2. Ralph breaks the internet. Part of me hates it, part of me loves it. So I'm excited for that one, but I'm also not, just because they went from arcade machines where everything's connected by a plug to wireless internet. So I don't know what to expect for that. You guys can expect a review for that once that comes out as well. There's going to be a new Tomb Raider, but from what I see here, there's going to be a new X-Men movie. Which, for those of you who saw Logan, they killed off Professor X and Logan. So I'm excited. I'm kind of excited to see what they do for the new X-Men movie, because I want to see if they bring those back to life. If they bring Professor X and Logan back, they always bring back dead characters. They do it all the time in the comics. If this is going to take place in the past, if this is, if you guys watch the show The Gifted, which like I do, another good X-Men show, if it's going to be about the underground reforming X-Men. Peter Rabbit movie, another Hotel Transylvania, and there's a movie on here called Rampage, and it looks like another King Kong movie. So if it is, get excited for that one. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, I think I've seen trailers for that one. It looks really good. It's another, I believe that one is one of the ones that is like fully animated or CGI'd, but I'm looking forward to that one. New Gnomeo and Juliet, I believe this one's called Sherlock Gnomes. If you guys remember that movie, I'm sorry. Anyway, that looks like that's all the time I have, so I'll talk to you guys